Ladies and gentlemen, behold the new and updated and redesigned 2021 Nissan Armada Platinum four-wheel drive. And if you're a family that's looking for a big three-row truck-based SUV, this is better than sliced bread.
Very formal intro there, Andre, but in today's video, we're taking a detailed look at the Armada, and we're gonna find out, does it still make sense in 2021? An old school body-on-frame, naturally aspirated V8, is it worth $71,000? Well, let's start with the design.
Yeah, of course it's worth it. Let's go point by point,
Okay.
like you said.
Yep.
Design is brand new. And by the way, Blaze, our dog, is helping us out.
Okay.
Right? Blaze? You like the design? No, he doesn't care for it. But look at this. They redesigned the entire front end. The LED signature lights. You know, the grille. Even the brand new Nissan logo is here.
It almost looks, as you mentioned, Andre, backlit because it's white on this kind of dark gray.
Yeah.
I think it's a very handsome looking SUV. Now down along the lower front fascia, we've got this gray plastic, which I think is supposed to simulate a skid plate. But overall, it's a good looking SUV. When you contrast that against kind of the bright chrome and some of the white in the emblem, and the white from Blaze's tail, overall, I think it's a pretty handsome looking rig. But that's not the full story to the Armada. Let's pop the hood.
But Tommy, so Nissan spent a lot of time and money, of course, redesigning the interior and, of course, the outside of this. And the engine is slightly updated as well. And if you look at the competitive set, I'm talking about the class-leading Chevy Tahoe. There's also, of course, the Land Cruiser is going away, so that's gone. But there's also the Sequoia, right? There's also the Ford Expedition. A lot of those have big, powerful engines, and this is also a big, powerful engine. 400 horsepower with premium fuel, 413 pound-feet of torque, and a 7-speed automatic.
So 5.6 liter, it's pretty much the same one out of like the Nissan Titan.
Yeah.
Good, solid power plant. Remarkably thirsty. Not that the Land Cruiser is a Prius in comparison, but this is what, 13 in the city?
18 highway.
And then 15 combined. So
Yes.
it's an expensive vehicle to run in terms of gas costs and 400 horsepower, but on premium fuel, right?
Yeah, if you're not using premium fuel, it's a little bit less horsepower, about 390.
Now, a lot of its competitors, as Andre mentioned, like the Tahoe, still have the option of a V8, but we do see some more sophisticated tech coming into this class, like turbocharging in the Fords in the EcoBoost, and now the diesels, so like the 3-liter straight 6 diesels in the GM products. And those are really attractive engines to me. They create a lot of torque and are typically better on fuel.
You mentioned price in the beginning, right?
Yep.
71 grand. Well, I just built a couple of competitive trucks, SUVs like this. The top of the line High Country Tahoe was at about 80 grand.
Wow.
Okay? And the top of the line Expedition with, of course, the twin turbo V6 and 4-wheel drive and Platinum edition as well, that was about 83,000.
Why wouldn't you get like a Navigator or an Escalade?
I don't know, but you would get this at 71 because it's more affordable and still has all the features.
Still $71,000 though, Andre. I mean, it still is a pricey vehicle. Now, coming along the side here, you'll notice a large set of wheels, which Blaze is so graciously sitting next to. These are a Bridgestone dueler tire, but 22-inch wheels, and they're, once again, this kind of satin gray. There's a vent here, which is very mid-2000s Buick, if you ask me. And then along the side, you've got the side step, which will be helpful for shorter people who need to hoist themselves into the Armada. And then in the rear end, too, we see some improvements as well. So we get the LED tail lights. Still have quite an overhang on the rear bumper, but, it's a nice facelift they did.
You know why you would buy something like this?
Why?
It's that hidden hitch.
Okay.
Because you're getting a frame-based vehicle,
Yep.
which is based on the truck, and a towing capacity of 8,500 pounds.
It's a lot.
So if you want to tow a big boat, a big camping trailer, something like this, you would get a vehicle like this.
So here we have the third row folded up. Let's see if our test dog will fit behind the third row. Blazy, come in. Good boy. Come on. No, don't stop at every stick. You can leave that one be. All right. Now the lift over height, no. The lift over height is pretty tall.
Okay, Blaze,
Come on.
jump up.
No, there's no way, Andre.
He's not a jumping dog.
He's
is
not
he?
much of a jumper. So first the fronts,
Okay, the fronts.
and then the rear. Whoa!
How heavy is he?
85 pounds now,
Oh
Andre.
my gosh. Okay, so he's kind of fitting.
Yeah,
fitting.
he's sort of fitting, but what if we fold down the third row, push a button? Now look at that.
Well, you know, this is kind of a slow operation.
It is quite slow. It is kind of a one-touch system, though. You just push the button and they automatically fold down. Wow, they are really slow.
Yeah, that needs to be updated, I think.
Blaze could take an entire day's worth of naps in the time that took. And now look, Blazy. Look at all the space.
Wow, just don't go in the leather.
Oh, Blazy, that's the wrong way, buddy.
Come here,
Back it up.
Look at this waterfall of beauty. You've got a large 12.3-inch infotainment screen. You have high resolution, by the way.
It is high resolution,
yes.
Yeah, and it's all touch sensitive. It's a little high. You know what I mean? It's a little hard to touch when you're in the driver's seat.
Well, not for me.
Well, you're like 7 feet tall. You're strong like Russian bear.
Okay.
Of course, it's not going to be hard for you to touch, but for shorter individuals, it's also slanted backwards a little bit, which is a little funky, and it does rise above the dashboard, which some people don't like. But it is a nice high-resolution image.
Yes, and look at this. I have cameras everywhere. This is what everybody's doing, right? I got 360 degree. I have front view. I can change my view easily. I can go off-road because this is based basically on the Patrol, the International Nissan Patrol, which is a legendary vehicle.
You say that.
Yes.
But the Patrol has more off-road goodies than the Armada. So the Armada down here has 4 high, 4 low, and 4 auto on the four-wheel drive.
Yes. Another thing for towing, which is important, integrated brake controller.
That's great.
They finally did it. Look.
That's really great.
Look, it's right here.
I love that. Yeah, it's great they did that. And the seats are brilliant. Really comfortable.
Really comfy.
This one has diamond stitching. The brown leather feels good. It looks good. The one part I don't like, though, is why is this like door panel from a 2004 Buick Park Avenue?
Well, because it's
like,
it's a traditional luxury.
Creased leather, I'm not sure.
It's not from a Buick, it's traditional luxury.
You also don't have a very big sunroof, so...
Ow, that's a lot of sun.
Andre, it's 6 inches of sun. But yeah, some of its competition now is a full panoramic sunroofs. But dual zone automatic climate control, ventilated seats, heated seats as well.
Yes, full function steering wheel. I have my driver assistance technologies right here. You know, I can enable or disable some of them. I have my adaptive cruise control. I have my volume control knobs. The only thing I don't have is paddle shifters.
Yes, but it is a big body on frame SUV. So if we look at the price and some of the tech here, wireless Apple CarPlay, it's got Android Auto, right?
Yes.
Navigation system, $71,250 as tested, as equipped.
Yes.
Power seats for both the driver and the passenger.
Of course.
You do get pretty much every other option that you'd find in any SUV of this era or of this the competitive set.
Era, it's modern, it's right now.
I apologize.
Look at this. Look at this. I got my rear camera mirror.
That's cool.
That was updated and redesigned. It's a little bit more high definition.
It looks nice, really nice. And 4 USB ports, 13 Bose speakers. The thing that's kind of interesting is at $71,000, you're verging on Infiniti QX80, the really big one.
But very basic one.
Yeah, but I mean, would you pay more to have the Infiniti badge and slightly less options, or would you rather have the fully loaded Armada?
You know, if you asked me last year,
yeah,
I would have said Infiniti.
Oh, yeah?
But I like the new style.
Yeah, it does look good.
I like the style. Should we go for a drive?
Let's check out the rear seats, and then we'll go for a drive.
Okay. Yes, Tommy, thank you for reminding me about the back seat, because this is pure luxury, and because this is a platinum model, it does have this optional center armrest, which offers me, you know, my remote control for my...
Whoa, pause.
What?
Let's see that remote control.
Yes, what?
That is straight out of an Apple TV, but, you know, a little bit
lighter?
Lighter.
Because this is a vehicle, it needs to move. Lightness is very important. Also have my headphones.
Yep, so this one's got the infotainment system in the,
yes,
the rear seats. But what you're saying is if you get this large center console, you don't get a third seat back here.
Correct.
There's also a giant cubby. Ready for this?
Whoa.
That extends underneath the center console. And what about this one?
Dude, this is a cool feature. It's a reversible front armrest.
Whoa!
I can put my deep storage right there, or you can open it the other way.
That's so cool. I love that.
Yes.
Really cool.
And then I have my infotainment system. Both headrests have screens, HDMI ports, which is very modern, by the way, HDMI.
What about heated rear seats?
Yes, and also climate control system.
Okay, so you do get a lot of kind of tech in the back of the Armada.
Yeah, you do. Absolutely.
How's the room?
Look, I'm over 6'2", and I got plenty of knee room and headroom.
But what about the third row?
Really?
Really. Andre, I will put them in the upright position from the
back?
From the back.
Okay.
I could compose a string sonata for cello, violin, and bass in the time it takes these rear seats to rise. But
Tommy, look at the middle seat is a one lever operation. Booyah! It's done like this, very easy. And of course the Armada has an independent rear suspension, which means not only great ride, but it also means quite good foot space.
what about knee room?
Okay, so my knees are okay actually. My head is touching the ceiling just a tad. So maybe this floor... Hey, what are you doing?
Yes, that's the life right
Ow.
there, Andre. Whew.
You just squeezed my legs.
I don't think I can slide this forward, though. The seat appears to be fixed in this one position, front to back.
That is true. So maybe this is for kind of kids and maybe smaller adults back here.
Yeah, perhaps.
But Tommy, this is quite unique. Look at this. In the ceiling in the third row, I do have a handle to hold on to when you're racing in Baja, for example.
That's cool. I'm trying to figure out why the screen does this.
Oh, it's to kind of lower it if you're shorter, so you can still see it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So if I...
Well, imagine you were short.
if I was 9.
Yes.
Ah, that's brilliant. What an invention.
All right, Tommy, are you ready to go for a drive?
Yes, so one thing that we should note, which is a little bit of a correction, is that this is a 7-seater, so it's 2 seats in the second row and then 3 in the third row.
I made a mistake.
It's no problem.
I apologize.
So let's hit the road in the 400 horsepower Armada.
Yeah, let me accelerate, Tommy, and show you the gusto and the beauty of this engine.
Wow,
Boom! That's it.
it's pretty good. So it's got a kind of a good little growl to it.
It does, yeah.
Pretty subdued in the Armada, but if you get a Titan Pro 4X, for example, with like a aftermarket exhaust, they really scream.
Yes.
But overall, it is like an American land yacht. It's super floaty, the steering is really light, and it's super isolated from the outside world.
And I think those are good things when you're spending 71K. I think you're kind of expecting some of that luxury. But you know what? My MPG meter is going down still.
Yes, you're going to deplete the North American continent of all its natural resources if you start doing that too much. It is quite thirsty, Andre.
Yeah, it is, but it does have a 26-gallon tank, which is very similar to the Titan capacity, so you can go a while before refueling.
And, you know, if you want the power, you have to use a 91, but if you want it to tone itself down a little bit, you won't have all 400 horsepowers. But I think this is a great vehicle on the road. Now, it's worth noting that part of this class, you know, they are quite big, and
Yes.
it's a little bit hard to see, especially the front of the Armada. It's just kind of a vertical ledge that just drops off. So that does take some practice, but with all the cameras and all the new tech, including the parking sensors, that really makes it a lot easier. So Andre, here's a question. Does the Armada make sense in 2021, and is it worth $71,000?
I think yes, if you consider the competition, if you also consider if you have a larger family and you want to tow a little bit heavier.
Okay.
Absolutely, it's a great deal. This is fully loaded at 71 grand. Competitors are about 10 grand over this. I say yes.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's definitely a use case for this. Like if you've got a big fifth wheel, would not work behind it.
No.
If you have a travel trailer or you have a boat, and like you said, you want to take big vacations with your entire clan, then yeah, I think the Nissan makes a lot of sense. It's less expensive than the Land Cruiser, not quite as good off-road. We did do that test.
Yes.
But, you know, it still is very well equipped, and it's going to be pretty reliable, I think, with that 5.6.
So there you have it. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and also visit us at TFLtruck.com
For the latest and greatest
independent and honest
reviews.
There you go.